All right, my friends, how would you like to have a way to do some red lines right inside Revit? See, oftentimes we hit print and then the print comes out and then maybe the project manager or someone marks it up on the sheet and then they hand it off to someone who looks at it and then goes and fixes it in Revit and then prints it again and then gives it back to the project manager to see if it is actually done. Okay. What if there was a way for you to redline right inside Revit? What if project managers could just glance around at the sheets or glance around at the views and drop in annotation, which is redlining the set right inside Revit so that you didn't have to print. It was much more, what do you call it, sustainable. And so you don't have to print. The person can actually go find those things that they need to do quite quickly and easily and fix them. So I'm going to show you guys right now how to redline and do a task list for people inside Revit. Okay, so let's go there now. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I hope you like it. Okay, all right, so this, my friends, is what I'm talking about. All right, these are what I'm talking about. Little targets that you can place inside Revit, and they have information in them. The centerpiece of information is like the who it is that's going to get the work done. And the actual task is written underneath it. And then maybe the status of whether it is a rush item or it needs to be done by the end of the week, or if it's closed, is right on the side. Stuff like that. And you can put these kind of tags anywhere you want. I'll show you an example, and then I'm going to show you how to make them. So I made a schedule, okay? It's a task list. And this schedule is right now, it's currently sitting on my starting view. And so whenever I open up Revit, I can see this list. And so anybody on your team, if you set this view or any view to be your, to come on every single time that people open Revit, they'll see the task list when they open it. And then they can start getting the stuff done. But this task list is actually a schedule. And I'll just go to the schedule really fast, schedule. And I put a dash in front of it so it goes to the top of the list every time. So if I double click it and open it, take a look. Here we are. Here's the name of the person, the comment that needs to be taken care of, and the status of it. So let me show you how you would use these. Here's our first floor plan. And let's just say there's, oh dear, look at that. Downspout is right in front of the window. That needs to be addressed. And let's say I'm the project manager and I think that needs to be fixed. Okay, so what I would do is go to annotate. And I would click on the symbol, okay? Symbol. And then what happens is you have to pick which symbol it is and whatever you name it. And I named mine comment tag. And we'll make a new one and we'll call it something else so that you can see how it works. So if I click on comment tag, like I would like to place one, I just drop it right here next to where something needs to get done, okay? And then I'm gonna click on it. And right here in the middle, I'd say Mike. And I'll put it in caps so that it looks all official. Mike. And then the comment down here, why is this downspout in front of the window, question mark, bam, okay? And I can write, get it fixed, get it fixed today, whatever, okay? So as soon as I land this thing, let's go back to my starting view. Boom, there it is. Why is this downspout in front of the window? Get it fixed. Okay, get it fixa today. So I can go back here and say, Mike, spelled fixed wrong. Anyway, And so I can go fix that thing. Now, let me just show you how it works. If I'm going to move this out of the way. I fix this downspout. Let's just say I get it over here so that it's out of the window. There, done. If I click this thing, I could either type closed, okay? Closed or done or whatever. And so I wrote closed on that on mine. And if I go back to the starting view, it turned green because if I've got it set so that if you put the word closed in the status, you can write anything you want. But if you write the word closed or done, you could set it to be the word done. It's ready for the project manager to review, okay? And the project manager could go review it, make sure that it's done correctly. And when the project manager deletes the symbol out of Revit, take a look. It comes out of the list. And so the list will get longer and shorter depending on how many tasks there are in the project. You can place these tasks. I'm going to show you how to make them in a second. You can place these tasks in any location in Revit, except for don't put them inside legends and don't put them inside schedules because they won't populate this running list if you do that. In fact, you can't put them in schedules. If you needed a task for someone to fix a schedule, you could just put the tag right here on this page, right in your face, so that when they open it, they go, oh, wait, let me take a look and see if there's anything in schedules that I need to fix. It would be right here. Or if there's something that's in a legend that needs to be fixed, it would be right here because they don't tabulate if they're in those two places. But let me just show you guys. Here, let me place another one. And I'll place one to another person. Let's just say I go to my plan and then I open up my wall section. So I'm here in a wall section. See, it works in any plan view, any section, any detail. They work anywhere, okay, in elevations. And if I say, okay, let's just take a look at this. Let me see, something that needs fixing. Oh, look at this. See how that base, that wall base, I'm gonna move the wall base over here. The wall base is totally not even on the wall. Uh-oh, let's tell someone to fix that. So I would go up here to annotate and click on symbol. And I would place a comment tag just nearby, it doesn't matter where. See, you can set it there. And then we got to pick who's going to fix this. Anna. Anna, fix this, please. This base needs to be against the wall. Okay. If you don't feel like putting a status on it, or you could type open, the status is open, or you could put the date there. You could put anything you want in these fields. But now I'm going to go back to the starting view. Sure enough, look at this. It's separated. The tasks for Mike are separated from the tasks that Anna has to do. And so base needs to be against the wall, fixed. Now, what if this section was closed? And what if my plan was closed? Okay. What if these were all closed and you open the project? You wouldn't know where these are in the project. Okay. What you can do is go to the actual task list. You go to the schedule and you put your cursor. I'm going to put my cursor anywhere in. I'm going to move my face. Put your cursor anywhere. You can put it in the name. You can put your cursor in the comment. You can put it in the status. You can put it anywhere. Okay. And what happens up across on top of the screen is it says highlight in model. And when you click that, it opens, there's no good views open. Would you like to open a view? Yes. And it opens a view, and you can hit close once it finds it. It will open the view where the tag is and zoom in on it so that Anna could get this done. Look at this. I'm just going to hit move. I'm not Anna, but I'm just going to do this. There, it's moved over there. And then I could set this to closed or whatever you preset. Now, this would be for the either you have an understanding with the project manager that once they're done, you delete them, or you set them to closed, and sure enough, it marks it as closed or done. Let's just say you could write done on it. And then the project manager goes and reviews it to make sure it's done correctly, and then he or she can delete the tag and it's out of the list. Okay, so how do you make these? How do you make these? Here you go. I'm going to show you guys how to make these, and I want you to load them into your project and use them for so you don't have to print every single time you have markups in the set. Okay, so here we go. I am going to go to File. I'm going to go hover over New and click on New Family. We're going to make a family, and it is not going to be in Czech or Polish. Let's just go with English Imperial today. And it's an Annotation Family, generic annotation. Simple as that. Hit Open, and we will start building one. I want to show you step by step how to add the parameters and how to make this. First thing I do is get rid of this note, because basically all it says is get rid of this note when you're done with it. I'm done with it already. Some good coffee. Okay, now we got to figure out what our symbols gonna look like, and what our text, our parameters are going to be. So I'm going to say create a filled region, and I'm just going to solid black. No, I don't want a solid black one. I want to make it, I'm going to rename it solid green. Move out of the way. I'm going to call it solid green. Okay. I'm going to make it solid green, and the fill color is going to be green. Okay. Bam. Just like that. Okay. So now I just have to make my shape, and I'm just going to have fun with this. I'm going to make it a circle this time. Okay. I'll make it like that big, whatever. I made a circle, and I'm going to offset the, I'm going to offset the top piece about like that far. Whoops. It didn't copy it. Okay. I'm going to offset it again that far. Okay. So now I've got, look at it, too small, way small. Create some text. Let me just put some text in here. Wow, that is small. Okay, that's too small of a symbol. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hit Edit Sketch. I need this thing to be bigger, so watch what you're doing next time, people. Okay, I want this symbol to be about like that. Okay, done. Okay, you with me? There's a symbol. Okay, and then I don't need the wow, that is small text on there any longer. Get rid of that. So let's say you wanted, this is what you're going to use in the project. If I saved this right now, watch this. I am going to save it. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to save it. I'm going to name it, let's name it something like markup. Markup symbol. Markup symbol. I'm going to call it that. And hit save. And now I'm going to load the markup symbol into my project. Okay. And I'm going to put a markup symbol. There's one. Ding, 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 ding. I can put these markup symbols now anywhere in my project I want, but they're pretty useless because all they are is a green circle. Okay. These need to actually have some functionality to them, and so that I can use them as a markup. I made my triangles a warning triangle shape, and I made them red, but I'm just showing you how this works. You can make them any shape you want. Now let's put a parameter of who gets to use them right in the center. I mean, like who this task would be for. So I'm going to hit enter. Actually, I'm going to highlight it and hit edit family. And we're going to zoom in on it. Okay. This is our symbol right here. Okay. And I'm going to put a label in the middle of it. Boom, right there in the middle. And it says, you don't have any labels, basically. So I need to make one. I'm going to call it name. Okay. Name. Good enough. But I need to change the type of parameter from length to text so I can type anything I want. Okay. And I'm going to make it an instance parameter because each of these symbols could be for someone else. This is like who they're assigned to. So name, I'm going to say, okay. Okay. And I'm going to that parameter is waiting now, and I'm going to hit this arrow to push it over here and say, okay, so name is now a parameter in this project. But I want to make sure that it's centered and middle. Good. So it's ready to rock and roll. So here we go. Look at this. I'm going to hit save. Okay. This, do you want to replace it? Yeah, I want to replace it every time. I want to update it every time because it's cool. Load into project and close. Okay. And overwrite the other version. Okay, so here we go. So if I click on this little symbol, okay, I'm going to tell this one to be Mike. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? And I click on this one, and this one is Anna. And I click on this one, and this is Roger, whoever. And I'm going to click on this one and make it also Roger. Okay, so it's already working. And let's get rid of this task list and get rid of these old tasks because we're coming up with a brand new schedule that is going to list these. So here we go. Take a look. If I go to annotate, and then I say, I would like a, wait for it, not annotate, view. I am going to click on view. Now that is bothering me. I've got a, hold on. There we go. I'm going to pick on view. And it is a schedule. And I want to schedule, wait for it, a note block. Note blocks schedule annotation objects. And this is an annotation object. The schedules and quantities, that schedules physical objects like doors and windows and such. So I'm going to click on note block. And so I am going to look down here. There it is, markup symbol. And I'm going to call it, that's it right there. No, and I'm going to call this markups in my project. Okay, and it's using the markup symbol. So I can say, okay, so take a look. This is, I'm going to take the name and push it over into my schedule so I can see a list of all the different names. Okay, and sorting and grouping. I'm going to sort by name, and I'm also going to put a blank line in between each unique name. So when I say, okay, take a look at my fantastic schedule. There's one for Anna, one for Mike, and two for Roger. That's fantastic. That's okay. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. There we go. Bam. And what I got to do is come down here. Look at this. I'm going to go to my front. I'm going to come down here to my, wait for it. There it is. Markups in my project. I'm going to drag that over and set it right here. Okay. And what do we got here? Well, one thing I do want to do is tell this thing. I have a a view template. I'm just going to set it to typical schedule. Okay. All right, typical. There's a typical schedule right there, and I have a view template for typical schedule so that it makes it bolded headers, and it makes all the lines black. I'll have to show you how to do that sometime, but all it is it's a view template for a schedule. Pretty cool, huh? So take a look. Here it is. These are the markups for my project. Anna, Mike, Roger, Roger. Well, that's not good enough. We need more information here. So let's edit one of these. I'll just pick any one and hit edit family. Okay, so here we go. If I want to use this in my project, I'm going to actually have to have the note or the comment. So I'm going to click label. Okay, and I'm going to put another label in here below my symbol. And here, over here, add a parameter. And this parameter is going to be called the comment or the markup, right? And I'm going to change it from the type of parameter from length to text. And it's going to be an instance again. It's the same things as if it were the name. It's the same. And then I hit OK. And there it is, comment. And I move it over. And then I say OK. And then it pops in. But it's central. I mean, it's centered. So what I'm going to do, I kind of would like this to be horizontal oriented to the left. Okay. So you see that? So that means my comment's going to start right there. And again, it's going to go It's going to start right underneath. It's going to go this wide over here before it starts wrapping downward. It's going to wrap down, okay? If I want it to wrap down, my vertical alignment, I have to set to top. So my comment, the word comment is at the top, and it's going to fill in downward. So we're almost there. See, we've got a symbol, we've got the name feature, and we've got comment. And so here we go. I am going to say save, and it already exists, I know. So yes, I want to save over it. And I'm going to load it into my project and close and overwrite the old one. So it's ready to go, okay? So take a look. Before, all I got to do is click on Mike, and there's the little question mark waiting for the comment. So when I click there, I can say, this is my first note. And you have to learn how to spell. This is my first note. And I will continue, period. It will wrap text, okay? See, when it gets to the end of its length that I've preset, it will wrap. And so I can put a note in here for somebody. This is my first note, but you notice it's not in my schedule yet. I haven't added it. So I go to my schedules, my list of schedules, and I open it up, and here it is, markups in my project, okay? And what do I want? I want a new field. So I go to click on, in my properties, I click on fields, and the only field I have is name, but now I have a new one I can use, comment. I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna say, okay. And so now, if you look, it's already starting to populate, okay? And if I go to my sheet, it's already populating here also. So there's a comment from Mike. This is my first note. It will wrap text, okay? And these I can place anywhere. So work with me. I'm going to open up my first floor plan. I'm going to put a note there, okay? And I'm going to say, let's put a note right here. Look at this. Annotate, annotate. And I'm going to annotate, and I click on symbol, and it's the markup symbol that I want to place. And I'm going to place one right here. And I'm going to say to, let's say, Roger, this waiting area is too small. Too small. Let's discuss options. Done. So I've got a note now in my plan right here, and I can move the symbol around wherever I need to. But take a look back at my starting view. Sure enough, under Roger, there's one. This waiting area is too small. Let's discuss options. Okay. And here, I'm going to fill this one in. This is a random note. And as soon as I fill it in, it fills in. And this one I could delete. And as soon as I delete it, it comes off. And Anna, let's see. Oh, add a new parameter to this symbol. How about status? Status. There. So look, everybody's got a task to do today, okay? Add a new parameter to this symbol status for Anna. And if I say, oh no, wait, Mike's supposed to do that, I can easily just change the name to Mike, okay? And it switches it. Because there's no task in the whole project for Anna, she's not in the markups on my project. So here we are. We need to add the parameter called status, okay? So let's do that. I'm going to highlight one of these and hit Edit Family. Wait for it. And I'm just going to toss this on the right side, okay? So I'm going to go label, put it right there. I need a new one. You guys following me? Status, okay? It is text. It is an instance parameter. I say, okay, whatever. And then I use the green arrow to move it over, okay? Again, I have to highlight it and tell it to be left justified. And then I need to move it so that it's right there. So on this particular symbol, the status is going to be on the right. No, Mike, Let's put it on top. In fact, leave it centered and just put it on top. So I can do anything I want with this. I can set it up however I want. So the status is now going on top. Done or not done or please review or the date, whatever. I just hit save, say yes. To overwrite, load into my project and close it, overwrite the existing one, okay? And let's go to our schedule. Let's go to our markups in this project, and let's add that as another column. The fields that we want, I want status now. Bam, done. So when I go back to my first sheet, look at this, the status. So this one, it needs a new parameter called status. I can say done. Done, done. See how that says done now? This is a random note, and I'm going to write no date, or not no date, but no need to do this, whatever. That's my status of that one. This is my first note. Well, that doesn't have this. No need to do this either. Okay. But if I want to go to my plan view, this status on this one, Roger, is by Friday. Let's discuss this by Friday. Now, if you want to, you can put this symbol way out to the side, and because it's an annotation symbol, you can click add a leader and run a leader and point a leader to where the work is that you need to get done. And oftentimes, you know, you can put an arrowhead on it to point at it. So it's a great way to get your text out of the way and you just point at what needs to get done. Or more often, I just leave the leader off and I put the tag right where the problem is. That's just how I do it, okay? Okay, so how did I get this status to turn green when I type the word done? Because that would be pretty important to the project manager to know which ones are actually finished or not. So here we go. We're going to go to mark the actual schedule, okay? When you're in the schedule, go to formatting and take a look at formatting. You can click on status, the actual parameter called status. And right over here is conditional formatting we can add to this thing, okay? So I'm going to click that button. Now here's the conditional format. The field is called status. And when it equals to the word done, okay, I change the background color to green. Okay. That's all I got to do. I'm going to say, okay. So what it does, and it says, I've got this box checked, show the conditional format on the sheet also, so that it shows up not only in the schedule, but also out on a sheet where I place it. I'm going to say, okay. So take a look. Bam, that turned green, but it also turned green here on this. So if this one says, no need to do this either, if I change that to the word done, it'll turn green. See that? And if this one were done, it'll turn green. So the project manager could look at this and go, okay, this is random. Let's get rid of that. And that's the first note. So what? Let's get rid of that. Add a new parameters, done. Yep, I agree, done. So there's only one thing left to do in the project, and it is making that waiting area a little bit bigger, and we need to discuss. I'm telling you, this markup, this markup family is so easy to make and so easy to use in your projects. I have suggested it to all of my clients, and they are using it. Most every one of them, but not all, most of them love this idea, and they're doing electronic markups in their projects. And they've told their people to either set it to none or set it to please check this or whatever. And then once the project manager sees that it's actually accomplished, he deletes it out of the project. There's no reason. Technically, you could right click. I mean, you could click on it and hide it in view. and keep record of all of them in your whole project. But I personally don't think that when a task is done, that you need to keep the fact that you asked someone to do it around forever. If it's done and the project manager approves it, delete it, move on, okay? All right, that's all I had for you today. I hope that you guys make one of these symbols. Mine's just a triangle, and I put the name in the middle, the note at the bottom, and status off on the right. It's really just a easy thing to do, and it's a way to stay green and not print so many of these red lines and markups. Do it electronically inside Revit. And if your project manager doesn't believe that this is a good idea, have him watch this video. All right. All right, you guys, until next time, happy Reviting and bye-bye.